Hello, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My dear students, how are you? In continuation of the lecture, the last chapter that we have covered that was related to the requirements engineering process. But before that, we have covered the plan-driven development. So we were supposed to do the agile development immediately after the plan-driven development, but due to shortage of time I couldn't prepare that over that period of time, so we did requirements engineering process before the agile driven development. So today I am going to cover this chapter, agile driven development, and let's just start. So the system development life cycle, we have talked about it, but we did not discuss it before. We had to discuss system development life cycle before the process models, but I didn't prepare that as well. So today we are going to discuss with the start with the system development life cycle. As you see that initially it has 4 phases, but over the passage of time the phases of the system development life cycle has increased uh, a lot. The first phase is the initiation, as the text at the bottom of this step is written as begins with the sponsor identifies or a need of an opportunity. So it begins with an idea whether the companies people they think that right now this is the right time that we should go for the development of a new system. So this is just a blink or a thought that comes into the mind. So this is also a step when the teams do the brainstorming meeting together. The thing that now the company is growing larger, there's a compressed system that already working is getting slow, and we need to integrate more of the tools together. So they think of the need of the new software, new information system. The second phase is the system concept development. So it defines the scope or boundary of the concepts, includes systems boundary, document cost benefit analysis, risk management plan, and feasibility study. This is also at the end of the company's point of view. Then they define the scope, which kind of system they want, how much money that they can spend on the development of the system, what is the boundary, what is the scope uh, of the system, and what will be the cost benefit. Eventually the benefit of development of system is either cost minimization or profit maximization. तो प्रॉफिट बढ़ेगा अगर सिस्टम से तब हमारा फायदा है, या कॉस्ट मिनिमाइज होगा तब हमारा फायदा है. इवेंचुअली कॉस्ट is inversely proportional to the profit. Then the next step comes with the planning. Planning is actually when you decided that you need to go for the development of the new system, then you talk with the team, the software project team, whether in-house or whether outsourced, to plan all the activities of the project, that this is the time that will be required for the development of the system or for the solution, including different components and features and etc. And then the next phase is the requirement analysis. We already covered the chapter before, when the development teams analyze the user needs and develop user requirements by different techniques like interviews, joint application development technique, questionnaire, document analysis, etc., etc. So in this phase they cover the different requirements gathering from the company's perspective. Then the requirements gathered over this step are transformed into the design step, when they transform detailed requirements to the complete detailed system design document focus on how to deliver required functionalities. This is like the logical design or the data design. This is not actually the development or design, the user interface design, but it's actually the layout or the model of the system. Like before we go into the production of the like construction of a building, before that we design the model. जिस तरह आप घर बनाते हो तो पहले आर्किटेक्ट के पास जाते हो, घर का डिजाइन बनवाते हो. This is just like a design. Then the next phase comes the development, which converts a design into a complete information system So development is basically the implementation or the coding of the system. When you transform requirements into the design, then the design is transformed into the development, including the development of the front end, back end, the databases, each and everything that related to the coding. Okay. Then you go to the next step is the integration testing. So it demonstrates that developed systems confirms the requirements as specified in the functional requirements. Functional requirements जो कि बताती हैं कि भाई this is the kind of feature, this is the behavior of the system that it should deliver. So you actually integrate all of these features together and check whether it ensures the software quality that is required by the requirements analysis, and that is actually the behavior that the company wants from this system to deliver. Then implementation, when we see that step, it comes into our mind that okay, implementation is coding, but over passage of time the implementation is related to the actually the somehow the deployment. So it includes implementation, preparation, implementation of system into the production environment. To the production environment means delivery of the system to the company to actually let it start working in the company's real environment. Then the next step is operation and maintenance. It describes tasks to operate and maintain information system in a production environment. When you see that the Microsoft develops a Windows and they put it on sale for the users to use it, but at the time when you start installing the Microsoft Windows, after some passage of time, few days or a week, you see there are new Windows updates that are being installed into your system. This is the phase called operation and maintenance. So even with the requirement that you have gathered initially, you implemented the system and you delivered the system, but that system also requires, even after the proper software quality assurance and software testing, it still requires the maintenance and operation because of the several bugs or errors or maybe the addition of the new features. Even जैसे कि Microsoft spend millions of dollars on the Windows, जो कि बहुत बड़ी टीम होती है, लेकिन still सॉफ्टवेयर evolves तो उसमें errors और bugs रह जाते हैं after regressive testing के बाद भी. So this is also an important phase. And then disposition describes the end of the system activities. Emphasis is given to the proper preparation of data. When the operation maintenance after some passage of time, your company said will give you the support of 2 years or 3 years. After the 2 years or 3 years, you actually eventually describe this is the end of the development of the project. Now the system is complete, and we will not spend much of time on this system. Like after Windows, जैसे माइक्रोसॉफ्ट लॉन्च कर देता है, कुछ सालों के बाद उसको अपसीड कर देता है कि भाई अब मैं इसकी डेवलपमेंट के लिए या इसकी अपडेट्स पे जो है आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू स्पेंड एनी टाइम ऑन दैट. दिस इज द जनरल लाइफ साइकिल ऑफ द system development. And from this SDLC, this process models that came, and process models जो कि हम देख चुके हैं, वाटरफॉल है, आपके पास जो है वो वी मॉडल है, आपके पास जो रिस्क मॉडल है, वी प्रोटोटाइपिंग मॉडल है, आपको रेप्लिकेशन डेवलपमेंट मॉडल है. सो दीज आर सेवरल प्रोसेस मॉडल्स that are actually based on this SDLC life cycle. So all of the phases of these process models somehow relate to this SDLC. So we have seen these process models previously in the plan driven. Over here we are going to see some process model related to the agile related development. Okay, before jump into the agile related development model, this is necessary to understand what is the incremental or iterative development. We have seen incremental and iterative development in the previous chapter of the plan driven development, because initially it was an idea from the traditional process models, but from the concept of incremental and iterative, the concept came for the agile. So what is incremental? The model is designed, implemented and tested incrementally. It is finished when satisfied all the requirements, and it combines the elements of waterfall model with the iterative philosophy of prototyping. Prototyping में क्या होता है कि prototyping में आप first prototype, you design the first prototype, then you see that there is something wrong with the prototype or it doesn't work, then you move on to the second version of the prototype. वो इटरेटिव होता है, इसमें आप एरर्स मूव करते हुए जाते हो, एंड वाटरफॉल में आपको ऊपर से टॉप डाउन प्रोसेस में आता हो। दिस इज द कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ वाटरफॉल, जिसमें रिक्वायरमेंट्स गैदर करते हो, फिर प्लानिंग करते हो, एनालिसिस करते हो, डिज़ाइन करते हो, डेवलपमेंट करते हो, एंड यू गो बैक टू द अगेन द एनालिसिस, अगेन टू द डिज़ाइन, अगेन टू द इम्प्लीमेंटेशन। तो वाटरफॉल में अगर आप इटरेशन लगा दें कि भाई इसे दोबारा रिपीट करने, सो इट बिकम्स इंक्रीमेंटल build model. Over here the product is decomposed into the number of components, each of which is designed and built separately. मेजर वाटरफॉल में पूरे के पूरा सिस्टम एट अ टाइम डिजाइन होता है, रिक्वायरमेंट्स गैदर होती है। ओवर हियर इंक्रीमेंटल में आप उसको डिकम्पोज कर देते हो मुख्तलिफ कंपोनेंट्स में, एंड देन यू ट्राई टू बिल्ड दोज कंपोनेंट्स सेपरेटली एंड देन यू इंटीग्रेट दोज. It helps ease the traumatic effect of introducing a completely new system because people are reluctant to change. Whenever you try to introduce new thing, some people or many people are reluctant to change because they are used to do the similar kind of work on their daily routine. तो अगर एकदम से आप you deliver the completely new system, तो एकदम से they will be shocked. So it is better to develop different components and deliver each component slowly and slowly, so they start getting used to that system. So this is basically the philosophy of incremental build model. Iterative incremental build model. So iterative development is a combination of both iterative design and iterative method and incremental build model. Software versions are based on learning from earlier development, and it is used especially in hardware and software embedded system. The difference between iterative and incremental is depicted over here in this image. In the incremental, there are, like you imagine over this picture, that you want to develop, you start decomposing it. So first initially you design this or develop this, then second component, then this component. Iterative, what happens, you design the basic structure, then you move on to the next phase, then you move on to the third phase, again and again. It's similar to the graphic design. Graphic design में mostly आपकी iterative development होती है, जो कि आप इस इमेज के अंदर देख रहे होते हो। ठीक है, this is the combination of iterative and incremental together, जो कि आपको यहाँ पे दिख रहा है. You had the different components in your mind, you decompose those components and you apply on the basic structure of the iteration. Okay, so in each iteration there is a new component to be added. The basic requirements of the systems are already gathered over here. So we come to the agile development. So group of software development methods based on iterative and incremental development. Most important phases: self-organizing, cross-functional teams. Self-organizing means, and cross-functional teams means the teams from different domains. The team comprises of different people from different companies. For example, in a development team, there might be a people from the company's own staff, that users that are actually using the system. Maybe the people from the customer that they are actually be interacting with that system. Like in a banking system, they can hire a customer who is a customer of the bank to be part of the team, and they pay that customer who regularly uses the system. And the actual user of the system, the cashier or the bank manager who are part of the system, they can incorporate their feedback and they incorporate those people into the software teams. That's why it is called cross-functional teams. Adaptive planning, not necessary like in previous edition model. When we're done with the planning, we don't do the planning anymore, we go for the analysis and design phase. Here it is adaptive planning. We can adapt the planning and requirements at the different iteration and of the development of the system. Evolution, development and delivery. A time boxing iterative approach. Time boxed iterative approach means for each iteration, for each delivery of a single component, it is time boxed. So in the different development methodologies, there's a time boxing. Like in Scrum, there is a sprint, and a sprint is comprised of 1 to 4 weeks. 1 to 4 weeks के दरमियान जो है उनको एक version of the software or a tool उनको deliver करना है. So this is a time box. Rapid and flexible response to change, because when you go to the traditional development methodologies, तो उसमें जो है वो रैपिड नहीं होता. पूरी का पूरा सिस्टम रिक्वायरमेंट्स गैदरिंग होती है, डिज़ाइन होता है, उसके बाद जो है आप डिलीवर करते हो. इसमें स्मॉल पार्ट्स में आप डिलीवर करते हो. जब दैट्स व्हाट इज कॉल्ड रैपिड एंड फ्लेक्सिबल. So even when you deliver a single component, you find it there is an error, then you modify that component and re-deliver it again. So rather than when you deliver the whole system, you find number of several errors, you bring back the whole system back, and if company has moved already from the traditional system to the new system and you find errors in the system, that company will go down. That's why the agile methodology was introduced. Okay, in tradition there is more of a documentation, paperwork, but in agile there's less documentation or more of a development on the delivery of the system. And agile methodology has its own manifesto. So individual interactions, self-organization, motivation are important as interactions like co-location and pair programming. Co-location means coder can go into the company and start coding over there, or pair programming when one or two or more than two people can combinedly sit together and start programming together. Working software or comprehensive documentation. Working software is more useful and welcome than just presenting documents to clients. So working software over comprehensive documentation. Working software is more useful and welcome than just presenting documents to clients. So it is better to deliver the software that is working, that is understandable by customer, जिसके सामने चीज दिखी, rather than get trying to give the documents to the clients. Customer collaboration, as I told you, the customer may be involved in as a part of the team to provide more insight of the system, and give the feedback immediately on time before getting the feedback when the system is delivered at the production. अगर साथ में बैठा होगा तो साथ में बताएगा यार आप ये चीज़ गलत कर रहे हो, उसको ठीक कर लो अभी, rather than कि आप पूरा सिस्टम डिजाइन करके आप कस्टमर को डिलीवर करो. Understood that point? Responding to change over following plan. Agile methods are focused on quick response to change and continuous development. As initially the traditional methodologies, they follow a single plan. However, in agile, the plan can be modified depending on the customer's feedback. So there are different manifesto of agile development. Customer satisfaction by early and continuous delivery. Welcome changing requirements even in late development. Working software is delivered frequently, weeks rather than months. जिस तरह स्क्रम में 1 से 4 महीने का जो है वो वर्किंग सॉफ्टवेयर होता है. Close daily cooperation between business people and developers. Projects are built around motivated individuals who should be trusted. Face-to-face conversation is the best form of communication, which is I told you co-location. Working software is the principal measure of the progress. Principal measure कि भाई ये काम, अगर कोई आपसे कहे कि भाई कितना काम आप कहोगे मेरे I have done this part of the work, this remains. This is are just a verbal communications. भाई ये हो गया, कैसे हो गया? Working software is the principal measure. भाई ये आपको हम डिलीवर कर रहे हैं, this is done, जो कस्टमर को दिखेगा. Sustainable development, able to maintain a constant pace. Continuous attention to technical excellence and good design. Simplicity. What are the features that be part of the system need to be designed with the simplicity, that because of the they will take less time and more user friendly. Best architectures, requirements and designs emerge from self-organizing team. You see that something goes wrong, then you can reorganize the team by including more members or excluding the members who are not providing the sufficient input into the development. Regularly the teams reflects on how to become more effective and adjust accordingly. ठीक है. So these are the different process models that are part of the agile development. The one process model is the extreme programming. It improves software quality and responsiveness to the customer, changing customer requirements. A type of agile software development. Frequent releases in short development cycles introduce checkpoints where new customer requirements can be adopted. There is a process model. This is a process model. What happens initially when you select user stories for this release, you break down those stories into the tasks. You develop those stories and plan the release. You integrate those stories into the existing software. You release that software and evaluate the system, and then you revise the new stories. So this is process model of the extreme programming. Begins with the creation of user stories. ये user scenarios किस तरह से एक process होता है. Agile team assesses each stories and assign a cost. This is the cost that will be used for the development of this user story. Stories are grouped for a deliverable increment. A commitment is made on delivery date कि यहाँ तक हम deliver कर देंगे. After the first increment, project velocity is used to help define subsequent delivery dates for the another increment. First increment delivery के बाद the project velocity means कि कितनी जो है वो user stories रहती हैं जिसको project की development speed के हिसाब से we can deliver the dates for the following increments. So what are the user stories? This is the this describes a simple form of the user story. The prescribing medication, the record of the patient must be open for input. Click on medication field and select either current medication, new medication or formulary. If you select current medication, you will be asked to check the dose if you wish to change the dose. This is like a story like we used to learn about. So this is form of the story. You break down those stories into the form of the task, like change dose of prescribed drug, formulary selection, and the dose checking. These are the different tasks, and these are also called task cards. And each card is given to the different people to develop it. Okay, so in extreme programming, there are several other techniques that are developed by the industry people who are using the extreme programming, like pair programming, planning game, test development, continuous integration, code review, code understanding, and etc. and etc. The list goes on. So as the new companies of the software development emerges, the new form of methodologies they come into the existence, as a new kind of softwares also comes into the emergence. Like pair programming is one of the techniques of the extreme programming. At the image is shown, there are two people sitting at the same computer that they are coding together. So pair programming involves programmers working in pairs, developing code together. This helps develop common ownership of code and spreads knowledge across the team. So there are two people that are working together for the development of a single task. It serves as an informal review process. Each line of code is looked by more than one person. So if one person is coding, there is like a chance of error. There's a one perspective of the coding. With another person sitting here, they may provide the feedback. This is okay, but this can be improved like this. It encourages refactoring as the whole team can benefit from improving the system code. As second people is also part of the development, so the refactoring of the code will be much more easier, and there will be less errors and there will be less bugs. But as we can see, the two people are spending time on a single machine coding together. This might include the increase the chance of the cost, increase the cost of the development. Scrum is an iterative and incremental agile software development framework, a flexible holistic product development strategy, and development team works as an atomic unit. I would rather switch another document that I have, which is especially for the Scrum development, getting agile with Scrum. I will be sharing this document with you as well. So as we can see that Scrum is widely used across the world. Scrum has been used by Microsoft, Yahoo, Google, Electronics, IBM, Philips, Apple, Sabra, Time Warner, etc. So it is extremely it is very much popular and used by many companies around the world. So Scrum has been used for the different applications like commercial software, in-house development, contract development, fixed price projects, financial applications, video game development, satellite control, websites, handle software, mobile phone, network switching applications, and etc. And even in Pakistan, you can find that teams working and using as a Scrum model. You better understand what is a Scrum model. So this is a sprint. A sprint means Scrum projects make progress in a series of sprints. Sprints is like a cycle, and this cycle goes from 2 to 4 weeks or a calendar month at most. In maximum 1 month is given as a sprint. It is a constant duration leads to a better rhythm. Product is designed, coded and tested during the sprint. So within a single sprint, a product feature is designed like in one iteration that we discussed before, and after the one sprint, the one version of the software is delivered. Okay. The different phases are requirements, design, code and test, and it has a sequential phase, but they are also overlapping. So during the 1 month, the requirement, design, code and test are also part of the one scrum. Note and changes during a sprint. Plan sprint durations around how long you can commit to keeping change out of the sprint. During the one sprint, which is already has a very short time, we do not have a space for the new change to be incorporated. New change can be incorporated after the one sprint is over. Okay. The Scrum framework includes roles, ceramics, artifacts. Roles include product owner, Scrum master and team. So product owner is basically defines the feature of the product. Product owner basically is a person who is like a mediatory person between the company who is actually who gave the software to be developed and the software house who's responsible for development of the project. So product owner serves as a bridge between the company and the software team, and this is the main person that knows the different features of the product from a business perspective point of view for which the system is being developed. So it defines the features of the product, makes a scope, a schedule decision, is responsible for achieving financial goals, prioritize the product backlog, adjust features. Is too much information. Scrum master responsible for enacting Scrum values and practices. It is like a project manager which is responsible for the one sprint and then goes on. Coaches the team to their best possible performance, helps improve team productivity in any way possible, enable close cooperation across all the roles and functions within the team, shield the team from external interference. So this is the Scrum master, the project manager, who interacting with the team and then interacting with the project manager, entering with the external entities, but prevent the team to be having interaction with the external people in order to prevent them from any distraction and focus directly on the development. So team will be around 5 to 9 people maximum. It will be cross-functional as we discussed in the manifesto of the Agile. Programmers, testers, user experience designers, the people from the company, or the customer as well. Members should be full-time, maybe exception database administrator who's required to develop a database at some portion of it. So member normally will be the full-time. Teams are self-organizing, ideally no titles, but really a possibility. Membership should change only between sprints. So when one sprint is decided, people are decided, there is no change in one sprint until the end of the one sprint. So there is also the more detailed information regarding the sprint that I'll be sharing this document with you, that you can have a view of that. Let's go back to the lecture. A lean model, a translation of lean manufacturing principles and practices. A lean model is nothing but actually the modified version of the Scrum model, because Scrum takes very few time for the sprint. However, lean, like the production of hardware products, they require more time for the development. So for the lean model, the time of the sprint may be more than 1 month for several months, and the team will include maybe several persons. So lean is a modified version of Scrum model, when the sprint has a sprint, the time duration of the sprint is more than 1 month and much more larger duration. So we were discussing the lean manufacturing principles model. So as I told you that the lean Kanban model, it is a modified version of the Scrum model. There are some principles for the lean model. The first principle is eliminate the waste, amplify learning, decide as late as possible, deliver as fast as possible, empower the team, build integrity and see the whole as a project. Okay, there's another model which is called test driven development. It relies on the repetition of a very short development cycle. First, the developer writes an initially failing automated test cases that defines a desired improvement of new function, then produces the minimum amount of code to pass the test. This TDD was initially part of the different process models of the agile development methodologies, but now it has become the new a different test development model by itself. So as we see that it is a software development process that relies on the repetition of very short development cycle. To the very short development cycle, requirements are turned into the very specific test cases, then the code is improved so that the test pass. So the requirements are developed in the test cases, that if the system behaves like in this way, like consisting of some input and output, if the system is provided with the input data like this, it is processed and give this kind of desired output, then we can call it okay, this features has been implemented in the system properly. So we write different test cases, like another NIC card, if the user comes from the same UC or a different UC, it has a date of birth like this, if the age is over 50. So there are different kind of criteria that we can design in the test cases and put those test cases as other requirements that this system should behave if this input is given like this and the output is given like this in the test cases. The test first programming concept of extreme programming in the beginning, today has become the standalone methodology. So as I've told you, like tens of models have came into the existence from the agile methodology, depending on the different companies. Each company, the different researchers, the different scientists, they think, okay, there is improvement, the slighter improvement of the chance that can be modified in the Scrum in process model. Then they design and propose a new test development. But somehow all of these things are related and go back to the basic system development life cycle. So this is the model of the test development model. So we write a test, we check test fails. If it doesn't behave like that, we write a code, then we check all the tests are okay, and then we do the refactoring, means combining together, and then again write another test. Is somehow similar, like if you remember in the extreme programming, where we used to write the different stories. So behave like over here, these are called the test. So somehow the similar concept, but the different model, the different terminologies. जिस तरह से आप समझते हो कि अभी डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड कंप्यूटिंग है, तो डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड कंप्यूटिंग को आप उसको डिफरेंट वैराइटीज़ कहते हो. आप क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग कह दो, आप यूबिक्विटस कंप्यूटिंग कह दो, हाई परफॉर्मेंस कंप्यूटिंग कह दो, आप जो है कॉन्टेक्स्ट अवेयरनेस कंप्यूटिंग कह दो. तो दे आर सेवरल वर्जन्स ऑफ द डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड कंप्यूटिंग. इवेंचुअली वो जो होता है ना, घूम फिर के वो बात वही होती है, बट विद द application of our software, the new terms that come into the existence, like a blockchain. The blockchain is a variation of some of the database. They are not exactly databases, but they are a variation of that. And blockchain is also the part of the distributed computing, because there is a peer-to-peer connection. There is another process model which is called feature-driven development model. It is iterative and incremental development process. It is also an agile methodology driven from a client valued functionality perspective, mostly part of the other methodologies. When each feature is individually defined and decomposed from the overall system. So this is like encapsulated in the different process models, and its own life cycle is develop an overall model, build a feature list, plan by feature, this feature needs to be implemented, design by feature, and build by feature. That feature can be one single iteration in the Scrum model or in the extreme programming. Okay. So in the Scrum model, we can define that there's 10 different features, and for 10 different features we have 10 scrums. Like for after 10 months there will be delivery of the complete system, and after each month, after each scrum, there will be the delivery of the single feature. So FDD can be part of the Scrum, is FDD can be part of the any process model. Rational unified process, as the word says, rational word is very common from the IBM company. You might have heard about the rational ROS software that is used to design the UML unified modeling language models like class diagram, use case diagram, sequence diagram. You will eventually learn about those into the introduction to software development subject. अगर इस सब्जेक्ट में जो है वो प्रैक्टिकल वर्क होता तो we would have been doing that practical work with the rational ROS and designing those UML diagram. But इस सब्जेक्ट का प्रैक्टिकल नहीं है, and you have a practical of introduction to software development. You will learn about those models over there. So an iterative software development process framework created by the Rational Software Company, which is part of the IBM. It is not a concrete perspective process but intended to be tailored by the development organization, expected to select elements of the process that are appropriate. This is the life cycle of the rational unified process: business modeling, requirements analysis and design, implementation, test and development. So this model is proposed by the IBM company, Rational company. It is not widely used but as part of the agile. So and IBM is huge company, like something is proposed by Apple या Google कोई propose करता है कि Microsoft propose करता है तो हम उसको देखते हैं, यार सुन क्या propose किया, वो लोग सुनते हैं उस चीज़ को. IBM बहुत बड़ी कंपनी है, उन्होंने propose किया तो उन्होंने लोगों ने इस चीज़ को भी consider किया. In the last, there is another model called Dynamic Systems Development Method, or DSDM. Dynamic System Development Method is an agile project delivery framework initially used as a software development method, but now it has moved on to the even the non-IT projects. So first released in 1994, DSDM originally sought to provide some discipline to the rapid application development more related to the project management. An agile project framework was revised and became a generic approach to project management and solution delivery rather than being focused specifically on software development and code creation. So it has moved towards the project management solution delivery. Okay? And moved on to the different projects as well. Like Toyota के बारे में आपने देखा तो Toyota is not a software company, but वो भी जो है वो इस तरह के DSD और Scrum यूज़ करते हैं, Lean वगैरह यूज़ करते हैं. It has like transformed the different project management to the different kind of different type of projects. DSDM fixes cost, quality and time at the outset and uses the Moscow model, which is listed over here. It into most should cost and will not have to adjust the project delivery build to meet the stated time constraint. I'm not going in too much detail of these MSW Moscow model to discuss about it. So this is the overall, if you see that this is the overall different very few process models that we have discussed, but they are most popular in the agile development methodologies. And there are few slides in the end of extra. Waterfall, prototyping, spiral model, red model, clean room. These models we have already discussed previously, but these slides were part of this lecture. So and after reading those slides, these slides are very well prepared. So I put those slides in the end as an extra slides. We want to have another view of these models different than what we have covered previously. So this is the end of the lecture, and inshallah then we move on to the next lecture of the design phase. So now we'll cover the different phases which are most important phases of the SDLC. We discuss about the requirement analysis, we discuss about the concepts and planning, then we move to we'll move toward the design phase. We discuss about the implementation, we discuss about the architecture in the design. We will not focus on the development. This is not a part of this code development. Is more related to the coding that we'll be doing in your programming language, in object-oriented programming subjects or technical subjects like web programming, Java programming, etc. We'll discuss about the concept of implementation. We'll discuss about the operation maintenance concept regarding software testing and software quality assurance, and overall management of the project management. So today this is the end of the lecture. Thank you guys, and Allah Hafiz.